everyone. This is ICO Talk. My name is Yelena. And today I have Assi Zichlinski, CEO of MaxData. Hello, Assi. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. How are you?
Okay, fine. Thank you. So please, first of all, tell us about MaxData, what's it all about, and what's the main idea behind the project.
Sure. So when I founded MaxData, my vision was, when you look at today in all the blockchain area, you see tens of billions of investments up till now in the whole blockchain area, but you don't really see any application out there that any person from the street is using something that's related to the blockchain. My vision when I founded the MaxData was to solve a big pain of any person in the world by using the blockchain. My vision was to reduce the cost of living of any person in the world, and on top of that, to give them a new source of income, and all of that by protecting their data.
So
This is our vision.
how will you manage to achieve this?
Right. So you are, as a person with your limited time of the day, you prefer to focus on your friends, family, work. You don't really care about chasing after service providers out there in order to find the best cost-effective deal for you. It's related to communication like internet, mobile, insurances, utilities, energy, travel, financial services, and more and more. Now, there are a lot of market surveys out there that say that if you were done a good job, you could save thousands of euro, but you don't really have the energy to do that. So imagine that you come to our platform, and let's say you want car insurance, for example. You just put whatever you have today, how much you pay for it, and that's it. You can go to sleep in a way. I don't want you to chase after any service providers out there. From the other way around, you have now service providers that are seeing hundreds of thousands of people like you, telling them exactly what you're looking for. And if they will give you a better offer, most of the chances you will switch to them. So we are creating here a platform that is connecting between service providers to the consumer on the blockchain. And we are creating here a win-win. For the consumer, it's not only that you are getting a better offer. If you want, you can continue to get better offer all the time. So at the end of the day, we are reducing the cost of living in all the verticals that you have. Second is the issue of your data. As you probably know, Google, Facebook, others take our data, sell it to others, which are retargeting us. At the end of the day, the cost of everything is high because someone needs to pay for this data, which is your data, but you are the only one that is not getting any compensation from it. In our platform, when you come to our platform, first, you are an anonymous user. You are user number 20 in the system. No one knows what is your email, your phone number, nothing, because I don't want them to bother you anymore. Second, you control your data. You decide to whom to share and what. Third, most important, when a service provider wants to give you an offer, a good offer that you want, first, it will compensate you with our tokens for a statement that says that your data value money. So you're the only one that should get compensated on that and not all the big giants out there. So as a summary for the consumer, we reduce the cost of living. We are protecting your data. And now you start getting compensation with token, $1, $2, $3 in token from every service provider to give you an offer. And by the way, the platform will always give you a better offer than what you have today. For the service provider, the win-win here is that for the first time ever, we give them on a plate all the users exactly with what they are looking for. No need to guess anymore, no email, no phone number, nothing. But most important, we are eliminating the cost of advertising. As you probably know, the cost of lead acquisition is tens of dollars, hundreds of dollars, depending on the verticals. And we are eliminating everything because the user is already here and you don't need to look for him, and he always tell you what he's doing. So this is what we do, a platform with all this kind of information, with all this kind of connection, with all this kind of benefits. There are great features that I can share with you that even take it even to the next level. For example, a purchasing group, thousands of people coming together saying, this is what we want, this is the price. Who gives us a better price? Now, Service providers that see this group, they decide to fight on it. Let's say they go to a tender of 30 days. At the end of the tender, they try to give them a better pricing.
Mm-hmm.
If a better price comes, they take the whole group to them. And we created here in a nice way that the consumer, in order to be part of this purchasing group, must put 10% in deposit
Mm-hmm.
in the escrow of the smart contract of the blockchain. What does it mean? It means that the service provider sees this group as a real group, serious one,
I
that
see.
are willing to risk, and I emphasize risk, 10% of the product price. And why risk? Because if the end of the 30 days of tender, of course, if none of them were able to give a better pricing, the 10% goes back to the consumers. But if there is a better price, the service provider gets the 10% plus the remain 90%. And
Okay.
if some of the users decided to abandon the group, they are losing the 10%.
Mm-hmm.
So it means that the service provider sees here a real person willing to risk 10% in order to get a better pricing. So they are fighting with this group. So this is one example. Another great example is a bundle of services that the service provider can give you. And even taking it to the next level is the big data that you have here. Imagine what BI we can do here. Let's say, since I know exactly what everybody are looking for, and I know exactly what everybody are offering. Let's say that you closed a 100 mega internet deal and you got the best price ever. So happy with that. That's it. I can tell you that if you could change it from 100 mega to 90 mega, something you don't really care about,
Mm-hmm.
there is a half price deal waiting for you. Now, this is something you cannot have imagined to ask for. So that's in general. It's a long speech that I gave you about what the great thing that we can do here.
Okay, okay, I think that I got it. But actually, is it an already up and running platform? What do you have today, actually?
So what we have currently is the MVP that is going to be, we are going to launch the PR of it next week.
Mm-hmm.
That is going to show a connection between service providers to the consumers on the blockchain with one vertical with a limited, of course, functionality. This is what we have today. And once we will finalize the ICO, there is the full roadmap of all the feature set that we are doing with that. But most important, I can tell you, if I may, that we already have more than 43,000 people registered in our platform. And they gave me two precious pieces of information. From which country are they? And what are the services that they want to reduce the cost of living at? So imagine that I'm going to have soon hundreds of thousands of people like them,
Mm-hmm.
and I will know where is my most customer base in which country, and then I will go to that country, to the service provider of that country, and I
Uh-huh.
will tell them, guys, I have, let's say, for example, 100,000 people from your country telling me that they want to reduce their cost of living in your vertical.
Mm-hmm.
No way a service provider will not want to be part of this platform with this huge amount of customer base
Yeah.
already.
Mm-hmm.
So we are going to launch in the following week or two a worldwide competition, a competition between the nations of the world. We are calling it the Max Factor. We are going to tell everybody, guys, if you want Max Data to come your country first in order to give you to reduce your cost of living and to give you all the benefits of the tokens and everything, you need to move your assets and start making sure everybody from your country is coming to register to our platform. Because if not, we are not coming to you first, and we
Mm-hmm.
are going to make it with with the flags of the nation, something very
I see.
nice and a lot of encouraging. So you know, wow, my country is now number three. It's not enough. Let's make sure that we are going to make it to the next level.
Okay, okay, I see. And what about your competitors actually? Are there any other blockchain projects dealing with this issue? And if there are any, what are your key advantages, say, if we try to compare?
Right, right. So you can see looking it into the blockchain area and to the old world area, let's say. So in
Mm-hmm.
the blockchain area, most of the companies that existed related, whether they are just a marketplace combining two kind with not with all the great features that we just the way that we build it in order to create the real win-win for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Second, option for companies is data companies, meaning telling you, give me data
Mm-hmm.
and I will sell it to others and you will get compensated for the data. They are not looking into it like the whole ecosystem of what we are doing. It just give me some data and I will sell it. That's it. Start collecting money for your data. For us, it's not just collecting money for your data. We want to reduce your cost of living. So this is something that is not existed.
Okay.
If you go to the old world, let's say you have the price comparison sites, for example.
Mm-hmm.
So comparing to them, the price comparison sites, first, when you come to them, they are a middleman. We are not a middleman. They charge commission from it. When you close a $100 deal with your service provider, we are not taking any cent out of it. I'll explain in a minute what is our business model, but I want you to get the lowest cost, so I'm not taking any cent from it.
Mm-hmm.
Second, they are selling their data to others. We are not selling any data. It's in your control. Third, uh, when you go to the price comparison, they are bothering you all the time to make sure that you're closing the deal with them. Email, phone numbers, everything. In our case, no one is able to touch you. Only a better deal that the platform that can give you from according to your parameters that you wanted. Only you will get only a better deal if you want. You can even shut it down and that's it. And most important, when you come to price comparison sites, it's in a way one-time deal. You come, get a price, and that's it. You don't you need to come back later on in order to renew it or whatever. In our case, you just put one time, unless you want to change parameters, you only put one time, whatever you want, that's it. You can go to sleep. And from now on, till the end of your life, in a way, you will get a better offer only when there is a better offer for what you wanted. So
Okay.
this is a comparison in a way for what we are doing.
Okay. Okay. And tell us, please, a few words about your team and also about the advisors.
Sure. So we are a team of 17 people from the Israel, from the Netherlands and Ukraine, people with track record, execution, exits coming from several domains, from a lot of companies, Microsoft, Applied Materials, and other financial companies. This is one domain. And the second is our advisory board, which is most esteemed advisory board. For me, I didn't want to have just people from the crypto world, people that know that everybody that are bringing to ICOs. I wanted to have people from each of the domains that I'm approaching, people with so high reputation,
Mm-hmm.
people that if they are here, it's a statement that we are going to disrupt the vertical that they are representing. So I have here for financial services the director from the largest bank of Israel. I have from the communication, the director from the largest telecommunication company of Israel. In the insurance industry, I have the former deputy CEO of the two of the largest insurance companies of Israel. I have the business of Wix, the internet company,
Mm-hmm.
great guy with great connections all over the world. I have in the marketing domain, the founder and former CEO of Matomi, a listed company in London, a huge guy which say that we are going to disrupt the all marketing domain here, and more people like them. And also, of course, in the crypto world, we have the ambassador of the Bitcoin private crypto currency. So we have a great advisory.
Mm-hmm.
Also, a nice PR for us is that I was asked by the Israeli Security Association to be their advisor to what is a good ICO, what is a bad ICO, how you protect their investor, how you create a win-win between the regulation authorities, through the companies, and the investors.
Okay. Okay. And now about the ICO itself. First of all, the soft cap and the hard cap.
So the soft cap is $5 million. The hard cap is $50 million.
50, 50,
Five
yeah?
zero, 50, yeah.
Okay, why this particular sum? Tell us, please, more about the roadmap and the future steps of development.
Sure. So the $50 million it was based according to the roadmap that we have. We have several milestones. First, to build the beta of the product, and later on to add more and more features along the way. But also the roadmap is also when you go. We want to you know to spread our vision and to provide our solution to every people in the world. So it means that I need to go to each country, and in each of the countries, I need to work with the regulation authorities over there, with the service providers in each of the verticals. So in our roadmap, in a way, you can see also in our white paper and in our website that you see there that we start with the focus of one country, one vertical, and
Mhm.
then opening more vertical in that country, and in parallel to start opening more countries, because we want the more money that we are raising, it will be able for us to bring it to every country in the world, and this is what we want to do.
Okay, what will be the first countries that you wish to start from?
So at first, we figure out of approaching to few countries, for example, the UK, where the cost of living is very high and more like that. But we changed the strategy because, as I told you, about the huge amount of people that we already have and with the competition that we are going to do, we are now solving the chicken and the egg problem. We want to come strong with a huge customer base to a specific country. So with the competition that we are going to have with the hundreds of thousands of people, that from there we will select where is our most customer base country.
Mhm.
We will go to that country strong, and we are eliminating the issue of the chicken and egg that everybody asking. Okay, you service provider and customer base. So we are coming strong.
Okay, so what about the tokens of the project? What will be the key functionalities of the tokens on the platform?
Great. So the token economy here consists from several parameters. One of them, of course, as I mentioned, when the service provider finds you as a good customer and want to give you a better offer than what you have today, first is compensating you with $1 to $3 in tokens. So you start collecting tokens for any good offer that you get. Second, when you decide to close a deal with the service provider, let's say the $100 deal, you will pay it with tokens.
Mm-hmm.
Third, if you want to be part of a purchasing group, you must have tokens upfront in order to be part of this group. Another usage of the token is the bundle feature, which is a premium feature for the service provider if they want to give you a bundle of several services all together, because now they know exactly what they are looking for. No need to guess anymore. They need to have tokens and more features like that. And also, as I mentioned, we are going to have a great BI here, and it's going to be an open platform that we are calling any blockchain developer out there to come and to provide their services of BI and analytics to the service providers. So they are going to get tokens for that. So it's a full ecosystem of usage of many of this token economy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I want also to say a few words, if I may, about in order to bring every people from the street to use it. I cannot send them to open a wallet out there. I cannot send them to go to exchange out there to bring tokens. No one is able to do that. It must be fully integrated in our application.
Mm-hmm.
Application should have the wallet inside, the way to exchanges, the credit card inside. So if you are as a user just coming, you want to close the $100 deal with the service provider, just want to put $100, that's it. You don't need to care about what is going down under the hood here. You don't need to care about that now there is a credit card, goes to the exchange and the wallet and then to them over the blockchain. You just
Mm-hmm.
want to pay and just want to get the best
Mm-hmm.
price ever. So this is our vision, to make it as simple as possible, both to the service provider and to the consumers in order to work with it. By the
Yeah.
way, if I may, you can even think about it. Even when I gave you the best offer ever, that's it. Now, meaning the best discount
I
that
see.
you could. Now, you remember that you collected small portion of token, $1 to $3 of tokens from any service provider. Now, imagine that you close the $100 deal, which is the lowest one. Now you have on the side $50 with the tokens that you got. Now you can use it even to make it a $50 deal. Now this kind of discount you can never get from specific one service provider. He will never give it to you. But due to the fact that you collected small portions of them, now it's a big amount, which will make it even lower for you. Now, if you imagine even going to the crypto world when the coin rate is getting high and high and high in a way, so the $1 to $3 that you got this month will not be $1 to $3 in next month or 2 months from now. It can even be, you know, 10 times, 100 times the amount of value. Now, the $1 to $3 now can be even the whole insurance cost for the whole family in
Mhm.
few months from now. So this is something that by getting the tokens, it can even be much more value for you.
Okay. Okay, okay. So, if we just try to summarize it all, our
Yes.
usual question, well, in very, very brief, in 1 or 2 sentences, why shall I contribute to MaxData?
So the reason that we are seeing that, and everybody when we talk to are very excited about, is that we are really trying to create an impact here to the world. We want to reduce the cost of living of any person in the world and to bring them by using the blockchain. And this is what everybody now are looking for. This is the holy grail of blockchain. How you bring the whole mass of the people from the street to use the blockchain. And so this is going to be a big, big company that is going to disrupt this world to bring an impact that every person in the world is going to use. And it will create a demand for this huge amount of token that economy that we are doing. So it's going to be a great project.
Okay. Okay, so then thank you so much for this interview and for being with us today. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time.
Okay, and I remind you that today I had Assi Zichlinski, CEO of MaxData. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and watch more interesting interviews. Bye bye.